Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Yeah, today is the day before Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving everyone. I'm still at home recovering from the hip surgery. For those of you who don't know, I fell and fractured my hip. So I'm still recovering at home. It's now been 3.5 weeks since my surgery, and I'm still using the walker. Yeah, I have another doctor's visit with the orthopedic surgeon who did the surgery on me. I'll see her on next week, in a week's time, and I think I'll drive myself there. I'll take the walker with me. Yeah. I think when I go back to work, I'm gonna just use the walker at work too. I'm gonna take it with me. I don't care if I have to use the walker for a long time, but I wanna make sure I don't fall again and hurt myself again. Yeah. I'm just gonna use the walker no matter how long it takes. Yeah. I'm not sure when I'm gonna go back to work. Maybe I'll give 5 weeks, maybe 6 before I go back to work. Yeah. On Sunday, I hired Curb Club to come and take my garbage out to the curb, 'cause I can't do any heavy lifting. Yeah. And at this time, I have to use the walker, I think. Yeah. Hopefully soon I'll use the walker, but not all the time. I'll just use it as a safety precaution until I feel super strong, no matter how long it takes. Yeah, I Googled it. I think they said it can take up to a year to completely heal from hip surgery. I have to use the raised toilet seat for 6 weeks at least. And I can transition to a cane whenever I want to, but I'm gonna keep using the walker. I don't feel safe enough with a cane. I'm not feeling strong, so I'm just gonna keep using the walker as a precaution until I feel very strong, which could take a while. Yeah, because I'm still trying to heal my body, detoxing and all this. Yeah, I have fatigue. That's from neurotoxins, according to the medical medium. So I need to get rid of that before I can actually become strong. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, I had to have chemo. I'm now cancer free, but I did have to take, I'm cancer free for 2 years now, but I had to, when I had cancer, I took chemotherapy. Yeah, and, that's probably where a lot of the neurotoxins came from. So I gotta heal from the effects of the chemotherapy, which were all the neurotoxins. They say that you get rid of chemotherapy drugs, the body gets rid of it quickly, but I don't think it gets rid of it quickly. There's a lot of fatigue, so like the medical medium said, chemotherapy and other pharmaceuticals can be stored in the liver for much longer than people think. And I think in my case, that's true. So it could take years. Medical medium also said neurotoxins are the last to go when you're trying to detox. And so, it's a slow process. My feet are still tingling, so that's a sign of neurotoxins present. And fatigue is a symptom of neurotoxins too, according to the medical medium. So I'm eating like him to try and detox this body, to get rid of the neurotoxins, which can still take years, because the body doesn't detox very quickly, and the liver likes to detox slowly, because our bodies really can't handle detoxing too fast, he said. So it's okay. I trust in the process. So that's where I'm at. So Adam, your comment was interesting. You said you read a fictional short book. If I can hold my iPad at the same time, I'll read your comment, but I don't know if I can handle both with both hands at the same time. Let me try. Yeah. Okay, you said you read an interesting short fiction book recently called The Extra about an out-of-the-way hiking trip taken by 10 people in which an 11th person somehow ends up with them along the way, but they all remember each other being part of the trip. So the extra person must be some otherworldly being that, let's see, this, this, I can do both. Okay. Otherworldly being that has given them false memories. The trip leader can't figure out who it is, who doesn't belong, but he's afraid to bring them back to civilization because that imposter could be a danger to society. It was mysterious and suspenseful. Yeah, that sounds, I don't know if that sounds kind of creepy or angelic or creepy, or it was meant to be creepy. But yeah, that's very intriguing, Adam. That sounds very intriguing. I've been um I've been watching a lot of short films on YouTube lately. So people would make these short films and post it, and they're very well done. Acting is very good, just like a real movie. And so I've been watching a lot of those. Though none of them really like yours. That's out of this worldly. Yeah. Yeah, the short films I was watching, they were good. They make you feel something, you know, but they address social issues that people are going through, you know. Let me see if I remember some that I watched. Oh, there was one that was kind of creepy. It was about an introvert and who took his dog out for a walk, and he likes to take pictures. Guess it's a hobby. So it was a beautiful sunset at a bridge, and the sky was beautiful, so he decided to take a picture. While he was doing that, he saw a woman who was about to cross over this bridge, and he thought she was about to commit suicide. So she yelled out at him. You know, he yelled at her, and she heard him, turned around and walked to him, and was mad, didn't say anything, just took his dog and ran away with his dog and disappeared with his dog. And he couldn't find her. So his mother was living with him at the time, or he was living with his mother. I don't know. They were living in the same house. And he showed his mother the picture of the lady, because he had a picture of her. He took a picture of her when she turned around. And she said, this woman stole the dog. And so the mother looked at it and said, well, this is the Facebook picture of a missing woman. And later on, the woman, he had a mysterious call. And the woman said to him, leave me alone. And he said, and make your mother take down my picture off Facebook. And he said, I'm not going to leave you alone till you bring back my dog, which she did that night. And after she did, she ran away in the dark. And his mother later told him that she had disappeared a while back. Nobody could find her. She was just missing. And that's why she also posted her on Facebook. And later on, the woman called again and said, make your mother take off that picture of me. And he said, how did you disappear like that? I want to disappear too. So that was kind of creepy. I'm an introvert too, but I don't want to disappear. I'm not that extreme. And so he said, show me how you disappear. And the next day, his mother came to his room. She was looking for him. And he said, Mom, I'm here. And she couldn't see him and couldn't hear him. So he was like invisible. So he walked out to the bridge by himself. And that woman that disappeared was sitting on a bench. He sat next to her, and then they both disappeared. Who knows what happened to them? That was creepy. So that was fictional. Yeah, I saw a lot of short stories lately. I mean, short movies on YouTube, short films, like about 15 minutes long. Some of them as short as 12 minutes to 20 minutes long. I remember there was one where they combined two stories. It was about domestic abuse. Yeah, both of them were battered wives. Yeah. I think the first one was a restaurant business where the husband made his wife cook all day and just kept her prisoner in the restaurant. And she finally had the courage to write a secret note to a diner to ask for help. and the diner did. And, she called the police. Yeah. And then there was another one about a battered wife who ran away and into a hairdresser shop, and they had to come up with a way to frame him because they had no proof to show the police that he was. They could report him to the police because he's a policeman, and so nobody was going to believe her anyway. And that battered wife was telling them, I can't run away, and you cannot call the police because nobody will believe me because he's a policeman and it's my word against his. So they had to make up a story and have the policeman hide in another room to listen in. And before they confronted the husband, who later showed up looking for his wife because he saw her running into the salon. So those were scary cases. Yeah. And there was one where the one being battered was the husband. And the whole time you would think that the wife's the one being battered, but they were both yelling. And in the end, when he went to the bathroom, you see bruises all on his body, and you see him going back to bed, not being able to go to sleep right away, and his wife cuddled next to him and against him and put her arm on him as if nothing happened. So she wasn't the one being battered. And they didn't show how the battering occurred. I guess they were fighting. He doesn't fight her physically, but she was beating him and he wasn't beating back. I don't know. But there were all kinds of stories. Some of them are more normal, like there was one about jealousy, and there was one about regret. Yeah, about a daughter, an Asian American daughter, who didn't appreciate her mom, who is Asian, until after her mom passed. Yeah, her mom. And at that time, she was a mother herself. But when she was younger, a school-age girl, and I think her mom was a single mom, and she didn't appreciate her mom's hard work. Yeah, and she was like regretting it. And in honor of her mom, her mom had given her her recipe book that she wrote herself of traditional Asian dishes that she never appreciated because she grew up in America, and never appreciated her mom's cooking. And but after her mom passed, she was cooking up everything in that recipe book that her mom had lovingly given to her before she passed, and in honor of her mom, and enjoying her mom's recipes. And oh, I'm sorry. Oh, so that resonated with me. My mom passed 10 years ago, and I didn't appreciate her either while she was with me. And I didn't appreciate her either. I didn't spend enough quality time with her. And she went to heaven. It happened so suddenly, and I wasn't expecting her to be gone so soon. She was relatively young. She was 64. She was about to turn 65, but she didn't. She did. It was shortly before she turned 65, maybe a month or before she turned 65. She had been sick for a really long time, but I didn't expect her to be gone. So after my parents divorced, I really didn't keep in touch with my dad, though my brother did, and he passed 10 years ago too. And yeah, I didn't appreciate my mom as much as I should have. And so I'm full of regret too, but I know she forgives me. No, I was just stupid. She was a good mom. She did the best she could. Yeah. Yeah. So, after I seen that short film, boy, I cried like a baby. It was like, oh no, oh no. Yeah, that was me too. But I did appreciate her cooking though. I never learned how to cook like her, so I don't know how to fix Asian food. But Mom did, and I always enjoyed her cooking. Being a foodie, I'll never turn down my mom's food. Mom makes delicious food, just simple traditional Asian food. I didn't grow up in Asia, so even not knowing the language, I enjoy the food. Um, Mom said I was a good kid. I never gave her any trouble. But um, you know, I miss Mom's advice. She always had the best for me in mind. Though I don't always appreciate her advice. And I don't always listen to her. Now that she's gone, I miss having her around to help me make good decisions. Because, two heads are better than one. So I miss having my mom around. But we're all connected in spirit, so I know she's still around. So those of you who still have your parents, you gotta appreciate them and love them and show them that you love them before they go. I didn't spend as much time as I should have with my mom. But I was just the usual teenager with a bad attitude and trying to gain my independence, you know, going against mom's advice just because I want to be independent and do my own thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Forgot to turn this, forgot to mute the alarm so that notification might be loud for you. So I'm sorry to uh, start talking about my mom like this because yeah. So show your loved ones more love, but even if you didn't, they know. So it's okay. We're just being human. Even if you have regrets like I do, it's okay to be human. I'm just human too. So I'm not perfect either, but I could have been better. I could have done better. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.